My name is Tom. We're in Hubbardston, Massachusetts, and we're talking about my 30 by 40 4-car garage. Up here in the north, we get a lot of snow. It's not uncommon to get 18 inches of snow at a time, so having to come out and shovel out the cars and then plow and move the cars around was very painful. So I needed a garage to keep things out of the weather as well as to just have a place to store things. So I started searching in 2020 and then the pandemic hit. So I talked to a few different people about it. Originally I was going to do a post and beam like the house, but it turned out that with the price of lumber and everything, that just got prohibitively expensive. The other thing I was looking for was one person to take responsibility for everything. So they pull the building permit, they do all the work, they make sure all the subcontractors do everything, and they get the final sign off. I didn't want a bunch of finger pointing, well, no, he didn't do the foundation right, oh, the garage doors is his fault. So that was one of the reasons I went with Hometown. I did meet with some other people, and Hometown also had like a little better quality of materials. Like the roof is 5/8 inch plywood, other people were 1/2 inch plywood. You didn't always get plywood underneath the shiplap, and just a bunch of little things like that. I can't say there's really anything that stuck out that much to me. I mean, the one thing that kind of sticks out a little bit is how they were very good at listening to you. Like, I went back and forth with Joe probably 10 times before we came up with any of the plans, talking to him about it. Like, originally it was supposed to be 3 garage doors. Instead, I ended up going with, let's go with the 2 bigger ones. I don't want to clip a mirror with the car. I want to get the Kubota in without ripping the door out, all that type of stuff. So Joe was very good. Anytime I had a question, anytime I had any issues, I would just call Joe up. He always got right back to you. The building met my expectations. It's 30 by 40 with no supporting walls, so the trusses clear span the bottom, which is what I wanted, because inevitably if you have lolly columns in a garage, the door, you're going to slam your door in it, and you just did several $100s worth of damage to your car. So no supporting walls, 30 by 40. Of course I'd want it to be a little bit bigger if I could, but I know 30 feet wide, you're pushing the width of the trusses without any kind of supports, but it definitely met my expectations. So like right now, I have a Kubota that I keep in there. I have a 1-ton pickup truck that I keep in there for plowing because of all the snow we get, and I have 18 acres, so you're always doing something around here. And then my wife has a car. I had a car until the pandemic, and then I sold that, and now you can't buy another car. But I also built it bigger so that in retirement I can do what I want to do. So I mean, I've always wanted to get into woodworking, so the upstairs is a good size upstairs. Again, no supporting walls, so I can, if I want to do woodworking, I can do woodworking. If I want to get into stained glass, I can get into stained glass. So I built it kind of as an empty canvas that whatever I decide to do in the future in retirement, I can do. I would recommend Hometown Structures because they're always available for you. From the beginning to the end, anything you had any questions on, anything you need to discuss, you could just call up. I mean, I was working with Joe the whole time, so I would just call or text Joe and he would get back to me. The guys did great work with putting things together. They take the time to make sure everything's straight. There's not like a bunch of little pieces of lumber for the sides where the garage doors are or anything like that. They spend the money, they buy one piece of lumber. The siding, they use clamps to pull it tight together for all the shiplap. They just take their time and do it the right way. I mean, a lot of guys are just going to be banging the stuff up there to try and do it as fast as they can. That's not what these guys were all about. They were all about quality. For people that are going to build something similar, if you want to do your homework up front, you'll save yourself probably a lot of time, money, and aggravation. If you just say, I want a 2-car garage and leave it at that, one person's 2-car garage is not another person's 2-car garage. So my advice is spend the time, do a little research, and figure out what you want, and then everything will turn out better.